Hello and welcome to the first episode of What's Your Game. Hope you like my little intro I made. I decided to make this little series because, as you may know, I edit a lot, so I don't really get a chance to play my games, and because I have no more exams, I decided to start this little series and play all my old games and any new game that I get. And for our first game we've got Motorstorm. I got this with the PS3 when it first launched, when everyone was playing Resistance for all the man. I was on this pretty much 24/7, I couldn't get enough of it. I tried going online today to play some online matches, but there was only like 11 people online and most of them were like cheating and shit. So I decided to play the last mission, you could call it a mission, yeah, at the last race at the end of the game, where you get to choose whatever vehicle you want and you play on this track called Grizzly. It's one of my favourite tracks, and I always play in this rally car, which I forgot the name of it, but I'm not always in this rally car. It's just like my favourite vehicle. So a lot of guys going like on like bikes online, and that seems to be like the fastest, but you do crash a lot because of all the big rigs. So if you don't have this game and you're looking and you're into racing games, I would recommend it. Or Pacific Rift, that's the second game that came out I think last year, and there's actually a third one coming out, which there's some leaked photos. If you've seen them, it looks a bit like Split Second actually, so it looks pretty good. I did do a race on a bike before this and recorded it, but then found out later I didn't record the sound, so I would have used that one. The reason I wasn't playing Resistance, I think, because on the I had a GameCube before this. I never had a PlayStation before. Well, I had the PlayStation 1, but I didn't really play that much. I played like Army Man, if people remember that game. Where I played like Need for Speed a lot and loads of racing games like Mario Kart. So I wasn't really into the first-person shooters. I think my favourite first-person shooter on GameCube was Time Splitters. That was a fucking sick game. I loved that. You could play monkeys and stuff. You could like be a ninja monkey and just like own everyone with like dual SMGs. It was immense. So yeah, I played the Need for Speed series before it got shit. I think the last good game from Need for Speed was Carbon. It was alright. Most Wanted was much better. Need for Speed Underground 2 was pretty much the best game. So as you can see, I'll just talk about Motorstorm some more now. So I played online like pretty much all the time. I got up, there's ranks online. There's like Legend, Rookie, I think there's Amateur, but I was top rank, I think it was God. And you have to sustain that rank by being first like pretty much every race, which is pretty hard when pretty much anyone can play a racing game. It's not that hard, it's just which route to take on Motorstorm, because there's loads of different routes you can go, and you've got to use your boost as much as possible. So as you can see, I'm using my boost right up to keeping it up to the red bit like all the time. But if you go over too much, your engine overheats and you explode. So you just got to keep it right on that limit. When I'm in the rally car, I pretty much take any route that's the fastest. So I'm down here in this bit where all the big rigs and like buggies normally go, but I'm in my rally car that doesn't have a lot of grip, so I'm sliding around on this mud, but I still managed to keep first most of the time. See this big rig right next to me trying to push me off the track, because the AI in this game is actually really good, because they try and push you about and like squash you. If you're on a bike and you've got like a huge vehicle coming up behind you, it is going to knock you off your bike, and you will crash. So bikes normally take a different route to all the bigger vehicles. So depending on the track, you've got to choose the right vehicle, because there's some tracks that is just like pretty much all of it's mud, So you've really got to go on a big rig on that. There's actually some races on here where you have to go as bike, and it's on a muddy track, and everyone else is in a big rig. So you just got to try and survive and make it to the end without crashing a lot. When I loaded up this game, I didn't know if I had all my save data, because some of you may know my old PS3, the big fat one that I got at launch. It got the yellow light of death, and I tried to fix it, but it didn't really work, so I just got a slim instead. But I found a backup. I didn't know when I did it, but I had done a backup on this external drive, so I just booted that up, and I happened to have my older Motorstorm data, so I was pretty happy that I still had that. So this is the last bit of the race. So if you crash here, you can actually make it to the end if you use your boost well and take the shortest route. And I actually do nearly crash here at this bit. It's like all these trucks and stuff are like trying to push me to the side, so I crash. And then here, see this big rig pushes me, and I go like that, and I'm actually surprised I didn't crash there. So I'm 9th now, and I actually make it all the way up to 1st just by using my boost and just getting past them. A thing that people like to do, me included, is make your boost go all the way up to the top when you're across the finish line and then explode across the finish line. I don't actually do it at this bit. As you see, I nearly exploded and I didn't. So yeah, it's my first commentary. Hope you enjoyed it. There will be a lot more commentaries to come, as I do have a lot of games. I would have done my GameCube games as well, but my Dazzle doesn't work. If any of you know how to hook up a GameCube to a Blackmagic capture card, that would help a lot. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next commentary.